Good afternoon and welcome back to the Sailplane Grand Prix on day 5 and race 4. We're here to have a few words about what we thought of the race, who the winners and losers were, who were our heroes and who were our villains. Giorgio, who was your hero today?
Well, my hero was for sure the South African pilot Lawrence Gudrian. He made a fantastic job. He was in difficulties. He got back the group and he was leading and he arrived first. And I didn't know about penalties, about other stories, but for me, when I saw him arriving on the airfield solo, it was nice.
Yeah, Giorgino's dead right. It's such a shame for Lawrence to get the penalty because earlier on he said he really wanted to have one good day at least here. Today he had a fantastic day and we really enjoyed watching him come back from 4 kilometers behind with the second turn, lower. Looks like he's going to have a bad day. And then at the last turn there he is. And he did a beautiful flight home. It was really very special. The other part of the day that was really exciting was the final glide. And watching them climb in the last thermal, seeing the group get together, seeing how clever the tactics were from the top pilots. All the top pilots were there together, and then the fast run home. But of course, Romain's mistake. It was a big mistake.
Actually, I didn't see this last part of the flight on the silent wing system because I was out of on the airfield waiting for gliders coming. So I will need to wait a little until this part of the flight are still available on internet.
I can tell you a little bit about it. He was right in the mix with everybody else and he pulled up in a good bit of energy and decided to take a turn and the others pushed on. In fact, he took 2 turns and every turn loses him 25 seconds. So he was well over a minute by the time he'd straightened up. Real shame for him.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it happening because the final glides were, we reckoned 1 in 38. Christoph Rusch told me afterwards he had about 1 in 36. So it's not, I mean, that's a comfortable glide. It's not uncomfortable. And it's unusual that Romans would have done that because his final glides on the other days have been really good. And what made him nervous? Well, we'll have to ask him tomorrow why he suddenly felt a little bit nervous and felt he needed a bit more altitude. But the beginning was a bit of a scramble. It was really a bit of a mess around the first small triangle and nobody really got away. And you could see Giorgio trying to get away. You could see Ricky trying to get away, but they got low, they got caught again. Didn't really get going the race until after Campo de Fiori. And then Didier tried to break away as well.
Yeah, that part I remember. And about Roman, another comment I'm thinking about is he was always on top of the gaggle. He was the king of the gaggle of today. And also Uli said, yes, sir, I was always looking from below. Roman, he was the king of the gaggle. And being in that position today, with everybody stressing inside the gaggle, for me it was a clear advantage. Probably too much advantage doesn't work.
It may be that actually he was flying a little bit lighter than all the others and that's why he could climb so well. And maybe he felt he needed to take those extra turns on the final glide where if he'd had the water and the mass, he might have been able to get home. But last word, Brian.
Yeah, well, you'll have to ask him on the grid walk tomorrow. Yeah, if he managed to get home. It's fortunate that the race was probably a bit short for the conditions in the end. We expected it to be a little bit more difficult than it was. It was tricky call with the weather. We wanted to make sure they had the chance to get a good race because in the Grand Prix, if you don't come home, it's not a day. And maybe we were a little bit conservative with the distance on the race, but it doesn't change how exciting the race is because you can see everybody trying to get in front. So let's hope the weather cooperates tomorrow and we can get another race tomorrow.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Giorgio. And join us tomorrow for day 6 of the Sailplane Grand Prix. Cheers.